Every moment wasted on clunky, frustrating interfaces is a robbery, a theft of your time, your attention, your energy. It's infuriating to watch your team struggle, your investors question, your users bounce away, because the experience doesn't flow like it should. You know that no matter how brilliant your product is, if the interface doesn't speak the language of the future, intuitive, responsive, alive, it's dead on arrival. That sinkhole of user disappointment is not just a design flaw, it's a cracked foundation shaking your whole vision. What if every interaction, every tap, every glance on screen didn't just work, but felt like it was made for you, like it anticipated what's next before you even think it? Stop settling for the ordinary. The future isn't static menus and clumsy clicks. The future breathes through I enhanced interfaces that reshape user experience at its core. Right now, your biggest enemy is the invisible wall between technology and human emotion. They frustrate, confuse, and drain potential because they don't learn, don't adapt, and definitely don't care. It sneaks into your projects disguised as good enough solutions. Interfaces designed for the masses, but alien to individual minds. It's maddening to pour your creativity and capital into tools that feel cold and lifeless. Tools that punish rather than empower. This frustration isn't just a hiccup. It's a warning signal screaming that the old ways are dead, that the status quo is poison to innovation and growth. Recognize this. AI-enhanced interfaces are not just a new feature. They're a revolution, a leap toward finally breaking free from the old chains. They bring power to your fingertips to craft experiences so fluid, so personalized. They feel like magic, but are built on relentless logic and insight. These interfaces read your users like open books, adjust in real time, anticipate needs before they surface, and transform raw data into smooth journeys. Imagine interfaces that don't trap users in menus, but guide them with whispers tailored to their current state. Interfaces that evolve with every click, every hesitation, and every smile, making frustration vanish into thin air. Without thoughtful integration, smart design, and relentless focus on real human pain points, AI just becomes another layer of complication. This is the liberation your projects demand. Here's the brutal truth you have to face and fix. AI alone isn't the hero. Your mission isn't to add AI for the sake of buzzwords. It's to weave it so deeply into the interface fabric that users feel seen and understood every single second. Your interfaces must shift from user-friendly to user-obsessed. This means throwing out old assumptions. Forget one-size-fits-all, forget dumb funnels, forget static commands. Start visualizing your UI as a living organism, learning, adapting, whispering solutions before problems arrive. That's how you build loyalty, trust, and relentless growth. Demand of your teams this. Stop designing for users. Start designing for moments. Moments of confusion, moments of hesitation, moments of decision. AI-driven interfaces shine brightest when they react to these moments like a seasoned guide, turning friction into flow, doubt into confidence. Use behavioral signals captured by AI to model user moods and needs dynamically. This is the secret sauce. No more static dashboards. No more overwhelming menus. Push for interfaces that do more than data display. They predict emotional states, respond like a human mentor, personalize not just content but tone, speed, and guidance style. This is about empathy, met with precision at scale. Here's the relentless, non-negotiable step you must take. Build or acquire AI systems, not for artificial intelligence, but for real intelligence, user intelligence. This means mining and interpreting not only clicks, but context, history, intent. Layer your interface with AI that surfaces only what matters right now, which trims the fat, and which accelerates the user's purpose with laser focus. Don't just throw a chatbot or a smart assistant on the page. Embed intelligence so deep it feels invisible but changes everything. The less users think about the interface, the more they focus on the mission, whether it's closing a deal, making an investment, or building the next breakthrough. Here's a game-changing insight that separates mediocre platforms from unstoppable forces. Interfaces should narrate the story, not just tell the story. And in this partnership lies massive untapped potential to reduce churn, amplify engagement, and magnify satisfaction beyond spreadsheets. AI-enhanced interfaces can analyze user journeys and craft microstories that guide decisions emotionally and logically. What if your UI felt like a trusted partner, whispering a plan when uncertainty roared loudest? What if it painted the best path forward before confusion even had a chance to settle? These interfaces don't just react, they co-create the journey. Now push beyond. Demand adaptive interfaces that not only learn from individual users but from entire communities using your platform. Multiply insight across networks. Layer collective intelligence over personal experience. This creates a dynamic ecosystem where every user benefits from the crowd's shared wisdom, upgraded in real time. This is how ecosystems scale not just in size, but in depth of experience. Your users aren't just users, they're co-creators, explorers, contributors. AI interfaces that learn from this collective become smarter, better, evolving with you and your market. This is your strategic edge no competitor can copy overnight. Do not let fear of complexity roll back progress. True mastery lies in simplicity. Your AI-enhanced interface must be so smooth your users forget there's a machine behind it. Power without overwhelm, guidance without control, freedom without confusion. Achieving this demands cutting-edge UX blended with AI psychology, a fusion you must own or risk being crushed by competitors who do. Demand repeated user testing, ruthless data evaluation, continuous refinement. Stay obsessive. Every millisecond counts. Every frustrated sigh lost is a client gone for good. Adopt ruthless clarity. AI interfaces are weapons for freedom, not chains for control. Your mission is to break systems that box talents inside rigid forms, to liberate individuals craving fluid, intelligent tools that move at their speed, that feel like extensions of their own thinking. This is not mere enhancement, it's emancipation. And those who wield this power correctly will become the architects of tomorrow, not just survivors of today. If there's one painful reality, many of your peers still think AI interfaces are just nice-to-have add-ons. That's how they lose. But here, now, right in this moment, the choice becomes clear. Embrace these tools as fundamental shift engines or get ready to be left behind. Interfaces that reshape user experience with AI are not futuristic. They are now, and they are war zones, where every second you hesitate, your relevance slips. This is a battle for clarity, speed, empathy, and ultimately, human liberation. So here's the call that can't be ignored. Take radical ownership of your interface as the heartbeat of your product's soul. Invest fiercely in AI that learns, predicts, adapts, and connects. Not because it's trendy, but because the fate of your vision, your impact, and your legacy depends on it. Strip off outdated design ego. Prioritize brutal empathy encoded in machine learning. Build what users don't just tolerate, but love, crave, and never leave. The world doesn't owe your product success. Instead, become a pioneer who channels the raw power of AI into interfaces that are vibrant, fearless, and deeply human. This is your forge. This is where transformation ignites. Your users demand experiences that respect their time, intelligence, and aspirations unapologetically. Refuse to be the next casualty of mediocre UX. The frustration ends when your users find not just tools but partners. When AI interfaces stop being barriers and start being bridges. When every moment spent inside your product feels like progress, liberation, and possibility. That's the future. That's the revolution. And it's screaming for leaders ready to tear down illusions and build anew. Don't hesitate. Don't compromise. The time to act is now. With AI interfaces that don't just change experiences, but reshape reality itself. Because full freedom lies on the other side of this breakthrough. In a world where technology isn't the cage, it's the key.